It's Anime. It's your guy Mike.
It's your boy Alex.
We're here today to give you the Never Promised Land.
You just had to be extra and say it all crazy.
I said it right?
No.
The Promised Neverland. If the title more than 3 words, I'm gonna get it wrong. So no, stop playing. I'm playing. The Promised Neverland.
There you go. And
this right here is a Netflix version?
No.
No?
No,
cool.
They just put it on.
I just watched it on Netflix.
Yeah. But they kind of fake you out, feel good story. They try to give you like the first I want to say 20 minutes of episode 1 is just a
20 minutes episode 1, they make you feel like it's all some coolness and
it's a nice slice of life.
And they keep it 1,000. If you look at, you can't even really see the cover obviously because it's a little book. But if you see it on Netflix, I'm bugging. If you see it on Netflix, like they got the kids on there. It's a show full of kid characters, so it don't seem like it's gonna be like. You don't seem like it's gonna get wild in the way that they get wild, but it's a good little adventure.
Yes,
adventure action joint for the kids. Like, if you got a young boy that's like 8 and up, I would let him watch it.
Would you?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
How old is he like?
Maybe 8.
I like to watch this joint.
I already did. You know, you watched it on
Yeah. So,
but I mean, yeah, it's feel good. Like it pretty much starts with we found out that these kids are.
Let's get into it. So we got my homegirl Emma with the orange hair. We got Ray with the black hair who remind me of Sasuke, and then we got Norman with the gray hair. You got Benjamin Button's disease, so you know stuff like.
Favorite character, go. Out of those 3.
Of course, my favorite character is Ray.
Sasuke fans.
Of course, my favorite character is Ray. How about you? You Norman fan?
Yeah. How you figure that?
Because I don't know.
The guy.
I just know who you are.
Big brain guy.
Big brain.
Playing out everything guy.
Big brain guy. Playing out everything guy.
Norman is
Ray, big brain guy, playing out everything guy too.
Yeah, true. They all 3 of them are really.
They're the top 3 students in the class.
Right.
So like,
they're they're orphans.
In the class. I'm talking in the class. In the orphanage.
So they orphans and they
in the slaughterhouse.
Basically.
So let's get into it. So they're in this orphanage. Is not an orphanage because it's nothing else around them.
Right.
It's no war, or they have parents, and chances are the mother of their house might just be their parent because some of the kids are coming from kids who were bred at the plant.
Right. And basically they all take tests to find out how smart they are really.
They all take tests as they grow to get their marks. They all got
Numbers.
Got a number tatted on they jump. So when it first came on, I thought this was like a kid juvie situation or something like that, because you see the you know what I mean, they all got on the white jumpsuits. I thought it was like a kid juvie or like a crazy house type thing or something, because they all got on the fresh white linens with the tats on their neck, and it's like, all right, what's going on here? Like they playing outside, they eating at certain scheduled times, second, third. So like
you had to assume it was some type of jail situation.
Yeah,
something like that.
They're clearly in confinement.
Right. Because all they see is this big house and nothing else. Just a bunch of grass, forest. That's it.
So then, a little bit, and there's a mother there. She's taking care of all these kids. 37 kids. 37 kids.
Gotcha.
Isabella is the mother, and she's taking care of these kids, and they call her mom.
Right.
They call her mom.
They all respect her. They all love her.
Yes. So a couple minutes into the episode, the first episode, about 20. So I ain't gonna say 20 because the episode's not an hour. So it's like 10 minutes or something into the episode, one of the children gets adopted. So that's when you kind of like, we realize, oh, it's an orphanage, or da. Well, the idea that it is an orphanage. The young lady, Connie's getting adopted. She says, Isabel comes in, hey guys, it's last minute, but Connie's getting adopted and she's leaving tonight.
Yeah. Which is already strange.
Which is already strange.
What do you think about it? Because it don't work like that.
It don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody came to see nothing, but I guess they're kids, so they don't know no better.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't know no better. So she packed up her things to go that night, and they're walking to the gate. Now, when the anime originally starts, the very first scene is Norman, Ray, and Emma standing at the gate saying, "Mother said never come next to the gate. Past the gate is dangerous over there. I basically just stay away. Like never come." So Isabel and Connie's walking. Isabel the mother, and Connie the young. What is she, like 6 years old?
She's like 6 or 7.
She's 6 because 6 is the earliest age when they start getting adopted.
Right.
So as they're walking down towards the gate, and Emma is cleaning the mess hall, and she notices that Connie left her teddy bear,
her
doll thing, Bunny. Norman and Gilda walks into the mess hall, and Gilda is another one of the young ladies with glasses. Norman and Gilda walk into the mess hall, and Emma's running with the bunny, and Norman's like, "What's going on?" And she says, "Connie left her doll," and they both run down to the front to the gate to give it to her, hoping that they can catch her before they left. Got down there and realized that it was like, where is she? It was looking a little weird. It was like a truck there, and
pretty much pitch black.
Yeah, like peeking around to see if she's sitting in a truck or something like that. And she's in the back of the truck. Done. Dead.
Dunzo. Flower in her forehead.
Yeah, they dropped the teddy bear. It was like, oh, shit. What's the hell happened?
They hear something coming.
Yeah, they hear footsteps, thinking it's people coming. They went to hide because they're not allowed to be at the gate, and come to realize that they're, I don't know what they call them. They call them.
I forget. They just called them monsters, right?
No, they call them demons or something like
demons.
that. Yeah. Some type of monster creature that's not human is peeking, and they talking about eating her, and they're talking about getting the top harvest, the smartest kids, and they basically rapping about
eating Emma, Ray.
Yeah, they eating Emma, Ray, and Norman, talking about when the time schedule is when they can get to them, when they can start getting them in.
Waiting for them to turn 12.
Yes.
Okay.
12 is that age where it's the max. Yeah. No one at the orphanage is older than 12 years old.
And basically, they were top grade because they were smart.
They get 100. They get past all their marks all the time. So they were like, only the one could eat them. Only whoever the one is, this person, this top demon guy. Only he is allowed to eat them because they're like purebreds, top pedigree.
So they kind of get to this conclusion that basically they're not in an orphanage; they're on a farm.
They're in a slaughterhouse, basically, and. Mother, she's like, so Mother keeps us in his white clothes and everything to see when we get dirty to make sure she know when to clean us because we're merchandise. They, finally they figure their way out of to get back inside unseen, and now they are petrified. Petrified that mom and everything is going on, but they know they gotta try to play it cool. But mom is aware that somebody was down at that gate because they dropped the bunny.
And basically, the first episode basically kind of ends with them like, yo, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah. The first episode ends, they get back, and they're shook. They're shook at what's going on, and the next day come, and they're like, oh, okay, we gotta play it cool, and they that's it.
Yeah.
Like mom kind of like
all throughout the
hints
season,
that
she's
she
kind of
knows.
like watching them now at this point.
And no, I mean she's been watching them even before.
Yeah, even before, but now she's
we'll find out how soon.
Yeah,
but she starts paying a little more attention.
Yeah. And that's to bounce around, so we're not going episode to episode. They kind of come up with a plan.
Yeah.
Because Emma is basically the kind-hearted one in a group.
Yes.
If we call Norman and Ray like the intellectuals, she's the kind-hearted, open-minded, naive one,
right.
if you would.
Right. So Emma speaking to Norman is saying she wants to take everybody.
She wants to take everybody. She wants to take all the kids, the babies, the young ones,
everyone. And to do this, they figured that they had to get Ray involved because he's another brainiac.
Right. He's a strategist. So,
but Ray's a realist.
Yes. And he ain't having it.
Ray straight up said, Norman, we can't take everybody. Yeah. You're smart. You know that we can't take everybody.
So that's where you kind of get the
conflict.
Yeah. In the sense that Norman also basically had
that's what I
got from it. That he had a crush on her because he knows
every time like he had pertained to her is like because Emma, she so if she wants it then she gets it type it's like
even though like they 11 basically, so I guess they don't want to show like romance.
Right,
you can pretty much pick up that Norman has a crush on Emma because he basically does everything she wants.
That's a boo thing.
Yeah, that's
straight up.
First crush.
That's bad.
So they kind of come to the conclusion, which I thought was cool because they're all young kids. They basically try to train the kids as tag. We saw earlier that they play tag a lot.
They play tag a lot.
And they test each other, they time each other.
Yes.
They basically treated tag like it was hunting.
Yeah, they treated tag like it was like they was doing army drills.
Yeah,
like
follow the footsteps.
They started with the commands and codes and basically calling plays, and then once they kind of figured it out, but got better solo dolo, they started doing it in groups,
right?
So they could figure out teams and things like that, so they can build on this escape plan,
right?
And it was going pretty well, but then a hiccup, and the plan was another caregiver came, a black caregiver lady named Miss Crone. Who had vengeance against Isabel? She wanted to knock her off her square, take her spot. Isabel had the top farm. She had the top breeding zone.
Yeah, she was introduced as being basically one of the top moms.
Yeah,
and Chrome basically on her spot. She pretty much only went there to screw her over.
Yeah,
essentially, and
Isabel was fully aware. Isabel let her know, I didn't ask for you. I didn't choose you. You're here to be my pawn, and I will get you out the way if you think anything else.
So it's kind of funny. Like it was pretty much the first season is pretty much a game of dog, cat, mouse.
Yes.
Where.
Yes.
The dog would essentially be Isabella. Chrome is the cat, and then the kids are the mice.
Yes.
So they now have to outsmart two of these moms.
But you know what the funny thing is, as mice would do, they found a hole in the wall that was so convenient that it can always outsmart them.
Yeah.
Even in the initial plots of Chrome trying to figure out the kids when she played tag with them.
Yeah, she
thought it was all good games, because she was getting all everybody else, and then she got Emma, who was one of the top people, but it all played into their hands.
Right.
To her run out of time and Ray poking her like, "Heck, you ran out of time. Tag, you're it. Like you lost," and she was like, "Oh, they are elite. They are the top." So it was like
Chrome was a interesting character. That's where it really kind of got a little creepy.
Yeah.
Because she would go to her room with this doll.
Yeah, she had different.
Yeah, like her smile was creepy as heck.
Different, so much different than Isabel. Isabel was so calm and cool, collective.
I want to get into. We had a couple betrayals in the season.
A couple?
I say a couple because basically Isabella kind of joins the kids at one point, and then you got Ray, and then you have the kids thinking.
Okay, you know it is a couple betrayals because you know what, Isabella betrays Ray.
That too. So 4, because Chrome joins the kids. The second one's not kinda, but I mean not really a betrayal. But they just assumed that Don and Gilda, Ray, and then Isabella on Ray.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, I want to get into the Ray.
Well, okay, let's get into Ray. Yeah, because it's a betrayal that you didn't speak on.
Right. Because we found out that
it's Isabel and Chrome betrayal. Isabel set her up, making it feel like thinks that she got the mother position that she got tore down.
Right. Yeah. See, now you make me remember. And then the entire time, Ray was basically giving Isabella info. And in exchange, he was getting items from the outside world.
Right. So the first betrayal is they was trying to figure out how was Isabella keeping tabs on them all the time. And they realized that she had this tracker thing, but
which was the compass, like a watch.
It's like a compass watch looking thing. But then they came to realize that the compass couldn't tell who was who. They only could tell where you were at. It was like you were just a dot on the map. You couldn't tell exactly who you are. He was like, so how was she keeping up with everything and figuring out everything that was going on? And they came to the conclusion that one of the kids were spying on them. Yeah. So the first big betrayal was Ray was the spy. So even though he was plotting with them as like I'm trying to figure out how to help us leave, figure out the plot to escape. He was also giving information to Isabel. How do you feel about that? Were you expecting it?
No. When I first watched, no, I wasn't expecting it. Like paying attention, like a second, third time, you kind of see that he's distant from them. But even
though they're all friends, he's
like still like he's under the tree by himself. Basically, he's not playing tag with them. He's not.
None of that.
So watching it the first time, I'm like, whoa,
crazy.
Like you've been helping him this entire time, and the anime don't like hint at it at all. Really, they don't really give you any kind of subtle hint to pay attention to. I feel like
nope.
So it kind of come out of nowhere, and basically. What happens with that is Isabella pretty much turned on him, because at the end of the day, he's still going to get sent out to be fed, right? That's what happened. That's why
she didn't turn on him. It was, I don't know if he knew the system, whereas though it's like if you was the smartest, that you'll stay until you're 12. But his situation was like, all right, he knew he was going to have to get sent out.
Right.
He knew that at 12 he had to go. Like you couldn't stay past 12. So the agreement was that he get the little gifts or whatever, and she let him stay until his last. She let him and his friends stay until their last.
Right.
You know what I mean? Until their time is up, all the way up to their 12. Even though he had all intentions on doing something else the whole time.
Yeah, because he basically started taking advantage of it, right? He started asking her for items that would help their plan.
Yeah. I mean, according to him, he been plotting on this since forever. Yeah. For a few years, he been getting items and taking specific parts to build things. Yeah. So in that betrayal, I want to say Norman was a little hurt, but then he asked Emma, and Emma said either way that she would still try to help save that person.
Like I said, kind of
naive, just with the snits. So they started trying to figure out their plot, and they go to the wall.
Yes, and find out that the wall is a gap. It's a huge gap.
Oh, they don't figure it out yet.
Oh, they don't
figure it out yet. They go to the wall. Okay, and then they come back to the crib and they get the tiles.
Right.
And then they tie it up, and actually they get up on the tree and they see. They get up on the tree and they see that there's trees over there, and they see how thick it is. So then they set up the plan. They get the tiles, they go tie it up. They never got a chance to do it though. They never got a chance to actually do it because it was all these hiccups with Crone.
Yeah.
And then at the one time they was going to do it again, and they was trying to have Ray distract her. Isabel figured everything out.
Right.
And turned on Ray, and then she got down there, and then when she broke Emma's leg.
Right. Oh man, she did break. Emma went through it. Leg, ear.
Yeah, bro. Listen.
Oh my god.
It's called coming back to you. Yeah. So they never actually got a chance to see over the walls. Even with all their plots and preparation, they never got to see exactly what was the deal because it was too much going on. But then once Isabel got Crone out the way and set her up to her demise.
Right.
And once
she pretty much thought she won after that.
Yeah. Well, and Norman was set up to leave.
Right.
Norman was set up to get shipped out.
Trying to stop.
Yeah. So at that point, they were still talking about trying to save Norman. But Norman, his head was somewhere else. He already knew what he was going to do.
His plan was to basically get them out of there no matter what.
So he faked like he was going to go with their plan and leave, but he actually checked out the wall.
Yeah. Okay, that's what happened. He checked out the wall.
Yeah, he got up there and all his decisions changed because he had the little device in his hand to disable the
tracker.
The tracker that's behind their ear.
Yeah.
But he got up there and realized there was a big gap in between the wall.
Okay.
So he said he walked the wall and he saw there was the only one entrance in and out, which is where he figured was headquarters.
Okay.
And he came back, he gave the information. He wrote the note to Isabel, and then we later on down the line realized that when he said he walked the wall, it was a space in the wall that was like the gap was closer.
Okay.
So it was close enough where you could possibly get across.
Okay. Going on to another huge plot point, which was Gilda and Don. And basically, they start being suspicious of what's going on.
Yes, Gilda and Don starts to get suspicious of Emma and everyone after the Connie situation.
Yeah.
Because they start, moving different. They going out in the woods and doing all this different stuff. And when Emma and them asked for them to come on to help and they give them the information, they felt like they was holding back because they were doing things. They were doing things and not telling them.
Basically, because they were afraid that one, they was telling Isabella, and two, Don pretty much has an outburst that they didn't trust them. Basically, that's what it boiled down to. They weren't telling them everything because they didn't trust them, and Don felt some type of way about that.
And the truth is, they weren't telling them everything.
Yeah,
because
they did a test, right, where it was a rope under the bed.
No, that was the test they did to trick Ray.
Okay.
That was the test they did when they figured out Ray was a spy.
Okay.
Norman did that. What got Gilda and Don all the way on board is they figured out that Isabel had that secret room and behind Norman and them back, they went to go investigate it and they found everything.
They almost got caught, right?
Yeah, they almost got caught. They found Connie's teddy bear and all the other kids that got adopted teddy bears, and they realized that they were getting killed.
Right.
Because they were saying if they were getting sent off somewhere or something like that.
Why would they take their stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Overall, what you think about Don? Another black character. Gotta give him some spotlight. He's pretty much like a secondary.
Yeah, they make Don kind of a hot head a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
And I don't know if I like it or not. But it worked. It worked some because Gilda is very quiet.
Yeah, like in comparison.
And they keep them two together.
Yeah,
like they're a pair. They're two peas in a pod. They
well, I feel like you needed the high head at that point because Emma, Ray, and Norman not really. Like Emma is energetic. I wouldn't really call her a hothead.
But hothead to the point where he was throwing hands. He's the only person that threw hands the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
So I feel like it was needed for them to have a quiet person and then a hothead add to the group, add to the dynamic. We neglected to mention another smaller character.
Phil.
Yeah.
Let's get with Phil. Phil is another black character.
Mm-hmm.
Younger. He is like 4, right?
4. Yep.
Yep. He's 4, and he kind of figures stuff out kind of on his own.
He does figure it out on his own.
He figures kind of stuff out on his own, and then when Emma tells him about it, it just confirms his thoughts, and he volunteers to stay.
Right.
And says that they'll stick it out for the 2 years because they won't get sent out until they're 6. And I believe Phil was at the top, like on par to be a top of his class.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good for it.
So he was going to actually be there a little longer. That was very, very interesting, but they showed a way that Phil kind of pieced it up because Phil was around when a lot of things were happening.
Yeah.
And he was hearing everything. And it's so crazy because, like, you breeding these kids to be smart, and then when they're smart enough to figure out grown folks' business, it's like, oh, man.
At age 4, like, gotta mention again that he's 4 years old. And he pretty much got the gist of everything. Like, he was man enough, which is funny to say for a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
He was man enough to be like, I'll stay behind and wait.
And the craziest and the scariest thing about him staying behind and wait is at the end of the season, you see that Isabel knows that Phil knows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which makes it a little like, oh, snap.
Yeah, like, you got to stay with this. Like,
like, oh, snap.
Not because he has to stay with it.
Like, damn, but you going to sit me out early just because I know? Like, what's going to happen here? It get crazy. Cause
it's
like,
interesting because now he's kind of tasked with taking care of these kids.
He's tasked with
taking care of these young
kind of
kids.
trying to train them without letting them know, and filling people in when they feel like they up for it, and trying to get the return against mom, and him being the only person that is a believer at the moment. At least with Norman and them, is 3 of them, and they're all 3 top 3 kids in the class. So it's like they know they're smarter than us. They like if they own to something.
Yeah.
But that right there was like, oh man, heavy plot twist for season 2. Season 2.
When we start getting toward like the end of the season, it just keep piling on like heavy stuff. Like they had to cut their ears. Yeah. To remove these trackers.
Let's dial back a little bit before we even get to that part of it. How do you feel about the process in which girls become mothers, and so when you of age, if you top your class, you have the choice to get slaughtered or you become a mother and join and get a bigger tractor, and you would never be able to leave the land, and yada yada, and go through all the training. You saw Crone had flashbacks of all of the combat training and everything she had to do. How do you feel about that situation they had going on there?
Women always got it better.
Yeah, guys don't even get a choice.
We don't get a choice. So basically, if you smart enough...
How are these women having these kids, like, if there's no dudes around?
It's a good question.
If they're slaughtering all the dudes.
You gotta assume that they take... The question you gonna answer, or we get an answer later.
I mean, yeah.
But in regards to how I feel about it, I mean, if I was a woman, I'd take that chance. Like, clearly, it's messed up because you know what's happening. You know what you teaching these kids. You know that you like. So now that I said it out loud, I don't know if I would take it because like you literally have to lie to these kids for 12 years.
Their whole situation is like you got to get pregnant and have a kid, and if you could succeed in having a kid, then you can become a mother.
Yeah.
But in a situation like Isabel, she ended up having to raise her kid, which is Ray, and she got sent her kid to the slaughter. She's having this crazy deal with him with the gifts and everything the whole time.
Right.
Just sending your child to the slaughter.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. Just kill me. Just kill me.
Wow, man.
Because at the end of the day, like we learned that if she mess up, she could die anyway. Yeah. So now you basically spent all these years sending these kids when any old time they'll just come kill you too. So it's like, nah, I wouldn't do it.
Not worth it.
Not worth it. But I mean, we do find out later that she has a heart, but we'll get to that. I wouldn't say a heart, but she cares for this group of kids.
I mean, if you raising these kids
You're going
from birth, every time you go and get some feelings for them, and
Yeah.
I can't really say it. I mean, she do have a little moment at the
end,
standing on the bridge saying "be free and make it," but at the same time,
you raise them.
I honestly feel like Crone probably had done the same thing if they would have bested her that way, because Crone is another one who never got to leave the land. Like, y'all bestie me and got away.
Yeah, when she's leaving, she basically says the same thing. Go get out of here.
Yeah. When Norman leaves for his adoption, we see something different that we didn't see with Connie, because Isabel told Norman to wait in this room off to the side.
Right. So I want to get into that real quick since you mentioned that. You think he's alive out there?
I do think he's alive because it's of course, because he's a main character and he's on his own. If he was going to die at the end of season 1, I don't think it would have been.
It would have been the same way. Like
yeah.
It would have.
But also, he is given gifts before he leaves. Crone left keys and this, that, and the third for him. Right. So it's like he gave, like, it seemed like he had a plot. He had a plan.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He had a plan, and that's why he was so adamant with Emma. Like, yo, it's cool. Just do this. Just
Like, he was sure it was all going to
work. So when that happened and he went a different way in a different door, I'm like, oh, it's something about that. No, he got something up his sleeve on that one. He got something up his sleeve on that one. Okay. You know what I mean? Then the ghost of him appears.
Right.
You know what I mean, with them. And it's like, man, nah, he out there. He out there.
All right, we going with he out there.
He out there.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? I feel like Isabel had a heart.
It's not her choice though. You think she did it, or you think if something
took him in that room and had a heart? Disabled the tracker
and just let go. But when they came after her,
who knows? I don't know. But if he's still alive, then when they would have came after her, because they're assuming they didn't get to him. They get him, they kill him. They drop the rose on him as soon as they get with him.
Well, maybe it's
they're not carrying a living kid with them. They carrying their bodies.
Right, because we saw instantly that Connie was.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even take her yet. They killed her like instantly as soon as she got down there. So, all right, we'll see. I guess we'll see. Back to the plan. Basically, the plan involved basically putting a house on fire,
burning the house down. They made a fake body for Ray, so it was a bunch of meat, and they burned it. And then Emma cried at the fire. Ray, oh my God! Isabel was like, you can't not letting Ray die because he's due to get shipped out, and he's top product. Now she runs into the fire, and Isabel dips. She dips off. She tells them to get everybody out the house. She dips off, and then Isabel's thinking like, I think about how, because she realizes that Ray's not in there,
right? And
his tracker is gone because he disabled his arm, and she's looking for Emma and realizes what's going on and goes to find where Emma is at, but where the tracker says she at, and she cut her ear off.
Right.
Plot dropped that joint there, and then Isabel started thinking like,
outplayed.
They got me. What's going on? She goes outside. By that point, they're out of here, and she left the younger ones behind.
Yeah, Phil was left behind,
knowing that she got to stay back with them.
Right.
You know what I mean, Phil knew what the deal was, so they get boom through the
get to the forest.
Get to the
wall.
They get to the wall. They whip it up the wall.
They basically went across.
And they started running down to that spot, that smaller gap. So when the kids run up on Isabel outside, Isabel realizes that all the kids already have shoes on. She was like, why would they put their shoes on in the fire? She was like, no, this was planned. That's why everybody is already with shoes on and prepared. And she runs out to the wall to try to get with them.
Yeah. But basically it's too late.
It's too late.
They're crossing with hangers.
they had more towels, shot a cannon with a towel on the other side, wrapped it around the tree or some crap like that, and then like slid over with hangers.
And prior to that was practice, right? Them hanging it on a tree.
They did all that. They slingshot it.
Yeah, okay.
All that stuff. They practiced all of that.
And basically slid across with the hanger.
Mm-hmm.
And Isabel is stuck on the other side.
Stuck on the other side because they loosen it up and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They start running. They get out of there.
Yeah.
And then when Isabel comes back, she tells Phil like, "Sorry, Phil, they got away." Phil's like, "Oh shit."
Hey, man. Know? Now that we talk about it like that, Phil really stuck there.
Yeah.
And he know and she know.
Right.
God.
It's like...
That's dark.
It's dark.
That's dark.
And he gotta wait 2 years.
Oh my God.
And pray that they come back.
Yeah, basically.
And pray that they come back.
Oh my God. That what a season. 12
what do you think happens when they come back as 14-year-olds? Do you think they still get eaten? Because do you think Krona got eaten or do you think Krona just died?
I wonder if they eat you at that age. That's
what I'm saying. If they don't let anybody grow past 12...
I assume you would be trash at that point. Like, Chrome is a grown bond lady.
Yeah, so at 14, are you trash?
I guess you'll be riding meat to them.
So, well, listen, we'll see, because season two is coming soon, I think.
January 2021. And of course, we'll be doing that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But overall,
great song. Good season.
We be wanting more for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Like
so now they out there in the world with
this sucked me in and so you read the manga. I don't know if there's a manga for season 2 out that you read.
It's over. So this is over as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not. I would ask you questions, but it don't even matter because the actual anime might not even have all of the details that the manga have. So I might just have to wait for it.
All right, what you got? Just one.
I just wanted to know. No, it's not about you because I was like, I hope we get some information on like how long is the season 2 going to be all about how it is outside?
Yes.
Or is it we gonna come back?
No, so they're outside now. They can't go back.
Okay.
That's it.
So I guess
they're out there in the world with the demons now.
Do they ever come back from the mangas to save Phil? You're not gonna give me that, okay?
But that was a promise.
I appreciate y'all. This is the Promised Neverland. Please come back, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know how you feel about this, John. Please tell us your favorite character.
Please
tell us your favorite. Tell us your favorite betrayal. Tell us your favorite plot twist. Give us it all.
Thank you.
Stick with us. Peace.